Hey, it's Rob Oliver here, and I want to welcome you to your Renegade Marketing Nation 5-minute power session. In this video, I'm going to show you how to become a mind reader in your business so that you can close more sales faster, more often, and without the usual arm twisting that's associated with typical sales tactics. First, what is a mind reader? What is a mind reader? Essentially, a mind reader is somebody who already knows and can actually repeat and share with their customers and clients the conversation that's already going on inside of their mind during the sales process. Why do you want to become a mind reader in your business? Because once your potential customers and clients understand that you really do you're clear on what's going on inside of their head, their questions, their concerns, their challenges, maybe even their objections. Once they understand that you really do want to help them get to the solution that they're looking for or reach the goal that they're trying to hit, once they understand that you really do understand them, the odds of them becoming a new customer or client of yours will go up exponentially. So how do you become a mind reader? How do you become a mind reader in your business? First, and this is really important, listen to your prospects with purpose. And what I mean by with purpose, when your customers and clients or potential customers and clients, when they're talking to you, when they're asking you questions, when they're making comments, when they're, even with their body language, pay close attention so that you really can go back later and document, what were their concerns, what really was going on inside of their mind. I'm going to show you exactly how to kind of do this in a step-by-step process in a minute. See, what's happening is your potential customers and clients, they're already telling you what's going on in their mind by asking the questions, by making their comments, by sharing some of their concerns. They're already telling you what's going on inside of their mind. And the great part about this is it's likely it's also going on in the mind of most of your potential customers and clients. So what we want to do is, instead of in a sales presentation or a sales situation, instead of simply telling people here's what I have and here's all the benefits, here's all the features, we want to enter the conversation that's already going on in their mind about you, your product, and your service. See, because it really is already going on. All you have to do as a mind reader is start to share that information back with your potential customer and client. I'll show you how here in just a second. But first, you need to complete these 3 steps. So to get started, number 1, make a list of the most common questions, comments, concerns, and objections that your potential clients share with you. It's very likely that you get the same questions or several of the same questions, several of the same comments, several of the same concerns and objections on a regular basis. That's part of the conversation that's going on inside of your customers and clients' mind. Number 2, make a second list of the most important questions your potential clients should ask you but don't. By making this list, now you're going to cement yourself as a mind reader, because these questions are typically going on inside of the heads of your customers and clients, but they're either afraid to ask, maybe they or have a fear that they will appear ignorant if they ask the question, and in some cases they really don't know that that's a really great question to ask. So by making a list of the important questions your potential clients should ask you but don't, you're going to move yourself from being perceived as just another salesperson or just another person trying to sell them your stuff to a trusted advisor status or an authority figure status, because you're really giving them information from the heart that will help them make the decision that they need to make about your product or service. Number 3, take some time to consider each one of the questions that you've compiled and then write answers to each one of those questions. Take the time to, type those answers or handwrite those answers. You might, think in terms of, the top 10 questions that your customers and clients ask, and then write down the answers. The second piece, top 10 questions your customers and clients should ask but don't, and then document those answers. And when I say document, I literally mean create a document. Create a document, a digital file, because I'm going to show you here in just a minute the different ways that you can actually use this new information that you've compiled. So how do you use this information? How do you use your mind reader skill to close sales faster, more often, and without the arm twisting associated with a typical sales presentation? Number 1, in a sales presentation, provide the answers to the common questions before your prospect asks them. Now you're a mind reader. You're actually giving them answers to questions that are on their mind, but they haven't even asked them yet. By you sharing those answers, you appear to be a mind reader, but more importantly, you appear to really understand how they feel and what's going on inside of their head. Share the questions they should have asked but didn't. I talked about making that list. The top 10 questions your potential customers and clients should ask but didn't. Share those answers as well in a presentation. Don't hesitate to even, say, here's some questions that you haven't asked, but I think it's important that you need to know the answer to. When you do that, again, you're moving away from being just another salesperson to literally a trusted advisor and somebody who really does want to help your customer and client make the right decision. On your website, add the lists of these questions and answers to the front page of your website. Tell your customers and clients, tell the people who are visiting your website what they want to know. When people come to your website, they've got questions, they're looking for answers. Don't hide those deep inside of your website. Get those right up front and center. On social media, post one question and answer consistently on your business page, or if you're using Twitter or whatever social media tool that you're using, post one of your top questions and the answer to that question consistently on your social media site. And the reason you want to do this is because, again, it shows people that you really do understand what kind of questions, comments, concerns that they have, and you're answering them. You're actually giving them answers, moving you to trusted advisor. In your advertising, if you're using print advertising or on the radio or something like that, use one of your questions as a headline and then the answer as the copy. See, by using a question as a headline instead of just putting your logo at the top or some other information that people really aren't looking for, by putting that question right at the top as a big headline, as people listen or see your advertising, you're actually, again, entering the conversation that's already going on in their mind, and by providing the answer, you're actually, again, lifting the perception of yourself to trusted advisor and authority figure status. If you use direct mail, and I recommend that you do, include the questions and answers in your mailings. If you're mailing out a newsletter, if you are sending out a sales letter or something like that, include these questions and answers in your mailings. Just literally put them on a document, fold them up, and put them inside of the envelope as well. Again, can't stress this enough. What you are doing is you're cementing your reputation. You're cementing in the mind of your customer or client that you really do know what's going on inside of their mind, and you're giving them the answers that they need and want so that they can make a good decision. By understanding and addressing the questions, concerns, comments, and objections that are going on inside of the head of your prospect before they ask, you will appear to be a mind reader. Once you're a mind reader and you actually apply the tactics that I just shared with you, you really can shorten the sales cycle by giving your prospect the information they want and need to make a decision. You'll give it to them faster. This will speed up your sales cycle. Get their questions answered. The less confusion your customers and clients have, the more information that they have, the faster they'll make a decision. You'll close more sales because you'll eliminate or reduce the confusion and fear that some of your prospects have. And confusion and fear are one of the biggest obstacles that your customers and clients have in making a decision. By giving them the information that they need, by answering the questions that they ask and the ones that they don't, you'll give them the confidence and certainty they need to make a good decision. And then finally, you'll be perceived as a trusted advisor by demonstrating a clear understanding of what your prospect really wants to know before they buy, and providing honest, clear, and useful answers that they can use to make a smart decision. Your customers and clients, they want to make a really smart decision. If you give them the answers that they need, if you become a mind reader, and literally enter the conversation that's going on in their mind about your product or service, you'll lead your potential customers and clients to a smart decision, and you will increase your level of trust with your customers and clients, and this will lead not only to a faster sale, but when it comes to referrals, again, the lifeblood of most businesses, you'll also attract more referrals. So, in closing, become a mind reader. Follow the simple 3 steps that I just gave you and get started today.